Hello, everyone. My name is Dawid Ziukowski, and I am one of the organizers of the Baltic Summit 2023. Today, with me, I have Piotr Rusak, who will be leading one of the 3 workshops which we have in the Baltic Summit, all about the Power Pages. And yeah, Piotr, for the starter, let's speak a little bit about you, if you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure thing. I am Power Platform lead working for Bossart Group, a leader in selling fasteners around the world. Previously, working also for local software houses here in Poland for a long time, and having chance to take part in many projects for customers interested with Microsoft technology. I come from SharePoint world. I started my adventure with IT 17 years ago, always close to Microsoft technology stack.
Nice.
Back then, it was still SharePoint on premise. I remember this was Windows SharePoint Services 3.0 and SharePoint Server 2007. SharePoint and other M365 family members are still close to my heart. Since 2016, I jumped into Power Platform world and slowly become in love in this whole concept of building apps and automations with low code, no code capabilities. But to be more precise about myself, I'm a developer, consultant, and architect in single person. I'm also a mentor and proud community member, so far staying close to our local Polish community. I love sharing my experience and knowledge with others. Sometimes I'm even more happy to see someone's growth than my own. So that's really something about me. I am also well known about not fitting in time with all my prelections and speeches. You might smile as a coordinator and leader of many events here in Gdańsk. You know exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. This time for the workshop, we have some kind of the time limit, but you will have your own free will how to, adjust everything. Just give them some time to rest and grab a coffee. But during the conference day, we will definitely have some kind of the buzzer for you ahead.
Yeah. I am evolving in this area, so no worries. At the end, I am also a big friend and of Power Platform Baltic community, and I am also a member of this community. That's why I'm here, and I will be part of your big event at the end of September.
Now, moving on to this key topic for us today, my goal is to ask you a couple of questions so the audience can better understand what the workshop is about and related skills to the workshop, so what level people need to have and what will be the benefit for the participants. Let's start with a really simple question. So what are the Power Pages?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dave. Power Pages is an enterprise-scale, low-code software as a service platform for creating and hosting and administering rich external business websites. We could call it a CMS, content management system, to deliver way of easy publishing information to the web. But in my opinion, this is something more than CMS. This is CMS on steroids, thanks to having this Dataverse integration as part of it. This platform empowers both citizen developers and professional developers to create and launch external-facing business web applications easily, and what's most important, rapidly and securely at the same time, to be used by customers, suppliers, partners, anyone, external-facing people, and at the same time also internal users. Yeah, this is quite new product, at least from brand perspective, because it was announced in, I remember it was in May 2022 on last MS Build. And shortly after this, in October last year, it was announced as a GA, but it inherited a lot of goodies from the predecessor, which was named Power Apps Portals. And before that, it was named Dynamics 365 Portals. And before that, it was ADX Studio. So it has quite a rich history. And the whole history started, I believe, in Microsoft world in 2015. When Microsoft acquired ADX Studio. So
Wow.
yeah, so this is
Yeah.
quite long story. But Power Pages is a new brand name. I believe this is just a marketing move from Microsoft, but in my opinion, it was good move because many people started interest in Power Pages. So
yeah, we all know that the marketing of the Microsoft is like playing this game. What we will change in the naming. We remember that there was a flows. Now we have the Power Automates, portals. Now we have the Power Pages. So they are constantly changing something. And I'm right now thinking that for the people, for the audience, would be good to understand what is the position of the Power Pages in the whole Power Platform ecosystem. Could you please elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned before, Power Pages become a new member of Power Platform family in May last year. Before that, the predecessor of Power Pages was a younger brother of Power Apps. So inside Power Apps, we had and still have Canvas apps and model-driven apps. And we had back then Power Apps Portals. So just to say a few words about each of them. Apps dedicated for internal users with ability to deliver pixel perfect UIs and calling any method from more than 1,000 connectors is of course Canvas apps. Yeah, we have also those apps that are based on data stored in Dataverse, maybe less flexible when talking about user interface, model-driven apps. And lastly, we have this kind of apps that we will be focusing on our workshop. Externally hosted web apps that are, like I said before, CMS, content management system, somehow like CMS. A huge advantage of this application is integration with Dataverse. Additionally, recent announcement from Microsoft right now in preview, there is a new feature that is long time awaited for the community. Integration with Power Automate, which sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe we will have a chance to showcase this during our workshop to our attendees.
Nice. Let's move to another topic, because now we get more or less what are the Power Pages, a little bit of the history. I guess during the workshops, people will learn much more, but I would now ask one of the questions which like the people on the C-level or the CTOs or the managers can ask. What type of the benefits we are getting from using Power Pages? So why people should be interested in the Power Pages?
That's quite easy to answer because the benefits are quite obvious. I believe one of the biggest benefits using Power Pages would be rapid public pages creation. Yeah. So you can use different technologies to deliver public pages, like a lot of technology available in Azure Stack. But projects held using Azure technology are much more time consuming. Here, when using Power Pages, you save costs and time to market is very fast. Yeah, you get a quick prototyping tool, and it's awesome how fast you can get from POC to MVP. Yeah. The next benefit that I would need to mention would be in this thing that I guess I mentioned this already twice, integration with Dataverse. If you would like to integrate with Dataverse just by building any custom website, it will take you time to establish authorization and all the layers. Here in Power Pages, you have everything almost for free. Yeah. So, and also integration with other stuff from Power Platform. I mentioned Power Automate already. There is also integration with Power BI, virtual agents, also a nice integration with SharePoint. So those many integrations available just for free are should be something that convince people to use Power Pages.
Yeah, especially that if you are with this stack of the licensing, because you were saying about the licensing, there is no need for you to look for the other third-party tool to buy like additional licenses. This is like what you have, what you know, your IT know, the authentication ways and etc. It is safe and is secure. So like you were saying, this really rapid and fast delivery when we will connect all of these dots.
Yeah, exactly. Like everything in Power Platform. That's why I love this this whole platform, and we are here. Yeah, so I believe you are on the same side of the fence.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, I have also two more things to mention about benefits to convince C-level. Easy to maintain. So when you build something, it's not a rocket science to maintain and deliver more contents and train content creators to deliver and maintain the website. And last one, which is I think a future of the solution, but right now just evolving. Investments in AI area.
Mm-hmm.
I see more and more Copilot stuff, and I believe sooner or later we will see in production that we need to use a common language, natural language commands. We will write what should be done on our website in natural language, and it will be done. You will not have to know HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. It will just be done for you, because I am like amazed how fast it is progressing right now.
Yeah, true. That is just crazy how fast it is progressing. And maybe speaking about the how fast you can progress, we can connect that with the participants. What will be the benefits? What potentially the real progress will be with the topic of the Power Pages? What they will learn during this workshop?
I think the biggest benefit from our workshop would be my co-host, which I've not mentioned so far. So because this whole workshop will be co-hosted, but one and only Arpit Shrivastava. Personally speaking, I think that he's one of the best and more experienced people in the world regarding the Power Pages. So I am proud to be and stand next to him and co-host this workshop with him. He has a huge experience in this area, but not only this one. He's a active member of Power Community. Yeah, sorry for I had like a blackout in my mind. See Power Community leader next to Ras Chowdhury, I believe. Anyone who will attend our workshop will have a one in a lifetime chance to ask him any question from Power Pages area or Power Platform. I believe we will focus just on Power Pages because he is so experienced. In my personal top list, he's in top 3 of like people knowing the best Power Pages in the world. So
wow.
So this is like unbelievable that he is visiting Poland and Gdańsk. So
okay, so speaking about the 3, let's focus on that. The 3 takeaways. We know one takeaway that you will have the awesome opportunity to connect with one of the leaders. What are the 2 others?
Yeah, okay. So we will, in a nutshell, define pros and cons during this workshop, when to use, because I believe when I speak with people, they are a little bit confused and they are a little bit afraid of costs behind Power Pages. So we will try to explain to our attendees when they should look at Power Pages, when they should use Power Pages, when it is beneficial and worth using, and when they should look for alternatives. So this will be the second takeaway. Last one, we will show everyone who will attend our workshop the architecture of the Power Pages, because it's quite complicated, but we will try to explain this in a simple words and also explain what kind of components build the whole Power Pages. I believe with this kind of knowledge, they will be able to quickly understand what is available, what is possible, what are the limitations, etc. With this spending with us one day, they will know much more. So I would say it's worth to spend with us one day to save few days of self-learning from Microsoft materials.
Or even weeks or months, to be honest, because this is not so known yet technology. And if you have the opportunity to like connect with so experienced people, this is one of the things which you should do, really.
Also, I think now, you are talking about Arpit, because I would just try to not interrupt him.
No, Piotr. You are the partners. Yeah, you are the partners. So Yeah. But going back to my train of thoughts, okay, let's think about the target group and focus on what type of the skills, maybe knowledge they should have, like to participate in this workshop, because maybe some people are still wondering if they should join.
Yeah, okay. That's a very interesting question because we both know that Power Pages is not like a small thing. It's like a quite monster. So, and it's dedicated for actually for everyone from Fusion team, which means could be a user who wants to do something with no code, who is also a citizen developer who prefers to do low code, and also professional developer who likes to make his or her hands dirty with code. Yeah, so and this is quite popular right now, like introducing those fusion teams and multiple people from different areas working together. But our workshop, yeah, will be dedicated mostly for citizen developers who are not afraid of using some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to achieve required goals. Yeah.
Awesome.
So in other words, someone who is eager to learn new things, like a citizen developer who would like to learn new things and slowly jump from no code, low code to a little bit of pro code, but without pushing too much them. Yeah, because so
this is like you will see the ledge, but you don't need to jump. But I guess this is awesome to give a little bit more wider perspective, even if you are not like full hands on with the Power Pages, but to have a wider perspective on the whole topic. This is awesome because thanks to that, you can connect a lot of dots with the other components of the Power Platform, and not only.
Yeah, of course, we will evaluate during our workshop what are the skills of attendees, and we have also bonus sections in case we will discover that our content is too easy for our participants. So, if anyone who is advanced wants to join our workshops, I believe he will find something for him or her. Especially, I again will repeat this. You will have one in a lifetime occasion to ask questions to Arpit. Yeah, so that's something. And I will use this occasion because I have so many questions to him.
That's awesome. I'm right now having a thought from the prerequisites perspective, because we now know that you should be eager to learn. The second prerequisite, which I would add to this list, is like to write your questions down. Be prepared for it. And from the technical perspective, how that looks like, how you should prepare for the workshop when you will sign in for it.
Oh, that's quite easy and well documented. And after recording this session, we will put it under the video, the link where you will have the instructions, what is required, what as a prerequisite to join the workshop. But I can just tell you, like in a few points, we will need a developer tenant in Microsoft 365. So probably everyone in community have it already, but if not, then it's quite easy to set up. Then the second one, joining the Power Platform community program or developer program. Recently, they renamed it to developer, and creating one developer environment, also very easy, but will be also presented in our documentation. Enabling something new in Power Pages world, we will present how to do this. This is enhanced data model. Microsoft invests in Power Pages and evolves it, and just for our convenience and all steps working more smooth, we will enable it during the workshops. This will assure that all our actions will work faster.
Nice.
And last one, fourth point, we will ask you to create your first website in Power Pages, which with enhanced data model should take you 5 minutes.
Neat, very neat.
And with empty website, you will join the workshop and we will do the rest.
Awesome. Okay, so I have the comment on that. As the part of the preparation to the workshop, we'll try to gather everyone who sign in for the workshop to check if they prepare the setup. And this is really important. Guys, who is listening, who signed for the workshop, prepare your setup ahead. Don't waste the time during the workshop for that type of the activities, because there is a plenty of the content and you want to get as much as you can. And speaking about this, in the workshop description, we can find the information about new designer and visual improvement. Could you please share a little bit a glimpse of what attendees can expect in the terms of this design enhancements?
Yeah, of course. Power Pages Designer Studio, which you are talking about, we will try to touch almost all features available there. There are 4 workspaces available in Power Pages Design Studio, and me and Arpit will try to explain shortly you about all options available there.
That sounds nice. So basically, people will understood the basic elements of the interface when they will first time interact with the Power Pages. Yeah, that's really neat. And the next point on that is, of course, the data. So without the data, most likely the websites don't have a point in this context. So could you tell me a little bit more, and of course to the participants, if you will be touching the topics of like the existing data in your Dataverse, because you mentioned a couple of the times the Dataverse integration. So I guess that might be one of the points. Secondly, if they will learn how to create a new assets, how they will be like, customizing the views, if they will be doing that type of the stuff, or
we all know that Microsoft invested a lot last time to speed up Dataverse resources creation. Creating new tables and columns is super straightforward and fast. So we'll show this to you how to use those new features to speed up your work with Dataverse. And we will definitely create at least one table, which we will use then in our brand new website. From Power Pages perspective, it is extremely important how to set up table views and table main forms, because they are extremely they are important to use later during the Power Pages development. So we will definitely focus on tables, their views, forms, and how to reuse created resources in our future tasks that we will conduct during the workshop.
That sounds awesome, really. I hope I will be like the guy who will be helping you to lead this workshop, really. And I'm thinking about one more thing. At some point, there was a huge commotion in the like media that the data were exposed because of the wrong setup of the portals. Now, in the case of the Power Pages, I think the site security and like the right setup is really important. And except the data, the security is the key. So could you please give some kind of the sneak peek into what type of the strategies or practices or patterns participants will pick up from like this security perspective?
Sure, Dave. Definitely, I agree with you. Revealing by accident any kind of Dataverse data to public audience should never happen. So I remember those announcements from different companies who were like very sad because of this leak that happened. But this is no longer a thing in Power Pages, thankfully. So don't be scared. Power Pages are secure out of the box right now. And together with Arpit, we will point all security logs available in Power Pages and how to unlock them in intended way. Yeah, this is important. You can put the customers or externals to your data, but only if this is intended. So we will cover definitely roles-based security access in Power Pages, page permissions and table permissions would be our main focus. And I believe this is all that creates the basic security setup for Power Pages.
That is the key, knowing how to set up everything in the way that your component, the data, will be safe. I guess without that, if somebody is learning the Power Pages, they are risking in some sense. So I guess this will be one of the bigger topics here. And when I was reviewing the whole structure of the workshop, I came across this portal management, Power Portal Management app, and that was sounding like a new thing for me. Could you please a little bit add the context on that for me and for the other people?
Maybe you are familiar with all predecessor of this app, which was called Portal Management app, because after enabling this enhanced data model that I mentioned to you as a prerequisite for our workshop, the model-driven app, because this is model-driven app, was renamed from Portal Management App to Power Pages Management App.
Okay.
And yeah, we will show both. We will show both why they can coexist, and what are the differences, and when you should use this next to the mentioned before Power Pages Design Studio. And I believe it will be interesting. Of course, we will not show everything because it's, I believe, more than 1,000 features and switches and configurations inside this model-driven app. But we will try to focus on most important and most popular settings. And so we will give you tools to grow. Yeah, so you will be able to by yourself check what is inside this application and do your own research.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. That sounds really nice, especially like knowing where to look is sometimes really important, or knowing at least the term which you should search for. And now I'm thinking about the other aspect, the styling the websites. They are the part of the user experience. Will you show how to change the look of the websites, how to customize that type? So not only this geeky part will be touched during the workshop?
Yeah, sure. Here I might surprise you, because our goal would be to recreate one of the Baltic Summit web pages and build exactly the web page that looks exactly the same. So this will be our challenge that we will give to workshop attendees. So I believe they will try to use their designer skills, but we will of course help them with all those CSS and styling stuff. Yeah, so
that sounds nice.
I can't wait the results. So to see if they will be close to the origin.
Wow. Okay, so I don't have any other technical questions, but any words of the encouragement for people who still wondering if they should join? Because I heard so much that I just want to run for this workshop, but how you can encourage them more?
Guys, everyone knows Canvas apps, everyone knows Power Automate. It's time for Power Pages. Believe me, it's become cheaper. So yeah, I'm not promising anything, but this is my gut feeling that it will become cheaper in future, because this is a trend. You have one in a lifetime occasion to ask questions to top class expert Arpit Shrivastava. Please join us in Gdańsk, 29th September, our workshop about Power Pages Masterclass. Come and enjoy the Power Platform. Baltic community is waiting for you.
Yeah, awesome, Piotr. Thank you very much for all of the explanation. I'm really hyped for this workshop. I should also make the exclaimer that you will be not only doing the workshop, but you are also delivering the session during the conference day, the day after, so the 30th of the September. And there you will be exploring Dataverse security, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I will try to find some weirdy stuff as always. You know me, so I will try to present something that nobody before presented. So yeah, come and join my session and you will be surprised.
Yeah, I really hope that I will have this amount of the time to join your session. If not, then I will maybe left my phone or something like that, and I will just listen later, because during the event it is just a lot of things to handle. But hopefully I will be managed to join your session. One more time, thank you very much. Any final words for the attendees? If not, then we are done.
Thank you for your time, Dave, and we see each other in September 29th.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Bye.